Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, how are we getting on? Welcome to a short video on Fallout London. So, little update, we have a post from the team behind the mod, the Team Foilon devs, regarding upcoming fixes and additions and improvements to the mods, sort of going on from their first week of launch, which has been pretty spectacular for them, so very, very cool. Just a little reminder for those who might not be playing, Fallout London is a PC mod that takes a Fallout 4 game and basically turns it into an entirely new game set in London. Installation is somewhat involved and it's PC only for now and probably for the foreseeable future as well. But if you have a PC that is, less than 10 years old and you're interested in this, there's a decent chance you'll be able to play it if you want to dive into it. And you haven't already. So, this is not really the place to go into that, but if you haven't and you're on the fence about it, maybe look into it, because if you're a Fallout fan, this is a really cool mod. I cannot overpraise the achievements of the dev team. So, they are announcing a hotfix that is coming in, as well as a larger patch in the non-too-distant future. There's no times actually mentioned yet, but nonetheless, they are working on it. Obviously, this is a fan project. It's a bunch of people working in their spare time on it, and that just makes their achievements all the more impressive, really. But very, very cool to know that there are improvements and fixes and so on coming on down the line. Unsurprisingly, if big developers with all their budgets can have the effect of massive numbers of players finding way more problems than they ever could, it's not really terribly surprising that a similar effect would take place with a mod like this, especially given the scale of its success, which is really, really cool. So, let's have a look at their Discord post and see what they have to say. Incidentally, I'll put a link down below to the Fallout London website, so if you want to check that out, if you want to support them, if you want to find a link to their Discord, it's all on there. And there's also going to be links down there to my live streams of Fallout London and stuff as well, if you want to check that stuff out. So, we are absolutely blown away by all the incredible support from the community for our mod. Your enthusiasm and feedback mean the world to us, so thank you all for everyone that gave us an extra dono too. So, basically they've been getting some wonderful support, and the response has been spectacular, which is really cool. So, what's next? We have some big plans for the future, starting with a hotfix. The hotfix will address some crashes, including essential systems like Buffout 4, which will be merged into the mod itself. We've also identified several other fixes that will provide immediate help. Additionally, we'll be explaining certain features we added that might not have been as useful as we first thought, so stay tuned for those details. So before we press on, let's just unpack that a little bit. Hotfix is coming up first. As I say, no date on that yet. I'm sure they would like to have it out before the weekend, but again, this is people working in their spare time. It'll arrive when it arrives. But nonetheless, it's definitely cool that they are working on, and looks like they are getting lined up a whole bunch of fixes for some of the major issues that are coming up. A very early on crash is likely to be a big issue on here. They mentioned Buffout 4 here. For those who don't know, it is an additional injector mod that basically buffs, funnily enough, the game engine in order to create a number of positive effects, including making Fallout London run better and solving a number of crashing issues. Sounds like they're going to merge that mod into Fallout London, so you won't have to faff around installing a secondary mod. In the meantime, if you're playing and you haven't got that installed, especially if you're having some issues, it's well worth a look. It's borderline essential at the moment. The next point is we've identified several other fixes, so that's great. Crashes hopefully getting improved and other sort of performance issues that will hopefully be fixed in a not-too-distant future when this hotfix lands. Very, very cool. And the last point is explaining certain features they added that might not have been as useful as they thought. This is a very, very non-specific statement, and I haven't the foggiest what they might be referring to. Maybe you guys know, I don't. So I guess when they explain it, we'll understand better. That would make sense, wouldn't it? So we'll find out soon, hopefully. There is a developer stream, incidentally, on Twitch, on the Fallout London Twitch channel, scheduled for Thursday night UK time, so 8 PM on Thursday. If you want to drop into that, they'll be playing the mod, they'll be discussing what they're up to and that sort of thing, so you might find out some information there. So, the next point is, the future is bright. We are working on a huge patch that will address all the issues reported in our Discord, Floaty Patrol channel, as well as a multitude of quest-related and other problems. So the Floaty Patrol thing is a fun name, basically saying if you spot a floating object in the mod when you're playing, let them know so that they can bring it back down to Earth. So basically they're going to go around and lower a whole bunch of stuff back to Earth. Make gravity do what it's meant to do. Not highly exciting, but, it's a thing. If you play any Bethesda games extensively, you'll know sometimes things float. The more interesting thing, really, is the multitude of quest-related and other problems. There are bugs in this. We all know what Bethesda games are like for bugs with all of their resources and QA departments and stuff like that. The Fallout London team obviously have none of that, and unsurprisingly there are a few issues as a result. But they're working on it, so that's cool. Patch obviously coming on down the line after the hotfix, so again, still no dates, but fingers crossed, hopefully it won't be too long. Still awesome to see anyway. So there's a couple of other things to mention down here in the post as well. If you're having issues with your install or crashes, they're continuing to do one-on-one troubleshooting sessions. So that's via Discord. I've not really looked too much into it myself, but as I say, go over to the Fallout London website, link below, and you can head over to the Discord and investigate that further yourself if you want to look into maybe getting some direct help if you're having major issues. To be fair, if you're following a solid installation method, you should be okay, but apparently it's not that simple, is it? When is life ever that simple? But yeah, very, very cool. So that will be going on for a little while longer, and will be brought to a conclusion before too long, I imagine, as I imagine it is a massive time sink for the poor individuals trying to do one-on-one with that. But very, very cool nonetheless. I mentioned this before, but yeah, on Thursday at 8 PM UK time, so that would be the 8th of August, there will be a stream on the Team Folon Twitch channel. So they'll be playing the game and talking about development and so on and so forth if you want to join in on that one. And yeah, if you're interested in supporting the team for this, I would hugely encourage it. They've done an amazing job and created something that is very, very cool. Head over to the Fallout London website, it's fallout4london.com. And they have a donation thing there if you want to support them that way. And yeah, that's very, very cool. I'm glad to see that they've got a lot of people who are diving in and doing that. But if you want to be one of those people, that's where you can support their efforts. Because obviously this is not their day job. This is a hobby that is undoubtedly consuming a very, very large amount of time and energy. And has resulted in a very, very impressive achievement. But there we go. Upcoming hotfix, and not far behind that, a really big patch. So very, very cool. Looking forward to that. I will bring you more details, of course, when we have them. In the meantime, we'll be jumping back into playing Fallout London soon, probably next week. We've got some other things to get through in the next little while first. But yeah, if you want to join out for those streams, make sure you hit the notification bell and you know when we go live, and I'll link down below so you can catch up with where we've got to so far if you would care to. It has been good fun. As always, likes, subs, all that good stuff, very much appreciated if you would care to. Social media links and channel memberships down below as well if you want to support the channel in that way. I hugely appreciate, massively helps out. But yes, for now, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.